Okay, so first of all, we have to have the data like this. So I'm having that this is the exercise number 9. Okay, exercise number 9. Program to perform credit, actually perform, this is what I'm mistaken that. So perform credit policy to find the maximum and minimum values. So we can have it more number of credit card name, but I'm having only 4. But the way how we are going to do it, or if you want to have some more data, we can have it. Yes, of course, if you want to have some data, because since we are going to have a macro, so let us have that 100 data like this. So this is the way of edit field series 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm having it. So I'm giving that min and maximum as a heading in the end. I'm copying the same data again. Okay, so then I need only 2 more data. I just copied in between and pasted here. So same thing, it doesn't matter what is it minimum and maximum amount of that. So I just have the data like this. So if you want changes, you like, the thing is which column you're going to have calculate that the minimum and maximum. It's going to be very simple because already we know that how do we access that the range, the cell value, the range. Even if you don't know that, I will give you how to take the value for that. Okay, so I just put the box over there. So we're going to find it out the minimum and maximum of the this column. Okay, I'm going to find out what is the minimum of this column value and what is the minimum of this column and what is the maximum and maximum. So like this we're going to get the amount and so as well as the email. So simply it's a simple thing. So that's what they have given in the exercise, finding to find the maximum minimum and maximum values. Fine. So what we have to do it then, we are going to the developer menu. In this developer menu we supposed to insert and button. Okay, so I just draw the button. This is usually we used to do that. So if you wanted to give that the macro name, you can give it. I'm giving that min max since we're going to have it the minimum and maximum values. So min max values is the macro name which I'm going to create it. I click new now. So the new Visual Basic application is being created. We could write the code over here. As you all know that, so whenever I'm using the message box, this message box will help us to understand what the value is. So usually if you wanted to get that select range of, yes, of course we should know that what cell it is. The range of D and the row number starts from 5. E and then the row starts from 5. So this is how we are going to write the code. So now I'm going to have the selection DE, right? So D range dot value. Okay, this value has been taken. Now I just put it V over here. So this is D5 I'm giving exactly. If I run this now, so the range for 5 D5. Okay, the D5 we don't have any value or what? The range D5 dot value it should have. I think I'm supposed to run it again. See here, the value is 20,000 is coming now. So like this, we used to have it, and I'm gonna have it for I is equal to 5 to 5 to the range is I think it is going to be 15 because we have 10 values. I remember that. So the I value is going to be I value going to be 5 to 15. So instead of giving that 5 directly over here, so I can use that ampersand symbol I, so that every range value will be taken and we could do the next I. Okay, the next I, or even you can use only the next. If you run this code, you could able to see that say to 20,000 is coming, then 30,000, 40,000, 23,000, 20,000 again, 30,000. So the value is given. Okay, it's been taken continuously. So till 15, 5 to 15 I have given. So let us check that actually how many data we have it. 5 to 14. Look at here, 5 to 14. So the 15 is a blank thing. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to include that. So we have to change the code here into 14. I value 5 to 14 is enough. So what we have to do it actually, what we have to do it. So we have to do that here. So the minimum and maximum needs to be calculated. So now the message box I put it as a comment. Comment means that the code will be ignored by the compiler that will not be considered as a code. Okay, so all the value we have to find out the minimum and maximum. So first I just put it the minimum and then comma maximum is equal to the first value. What will be the first value? Or you can put it zero. Okay, the minimum, maximum, you can start zero. No issue there. But the thing is, if there is no minimum value than zero, then the zero will be always minimum. So that is why I'm giving it here. The minimum, comma maximum is equal to, or we just use directly here. Minimum is equal to a range of the first cell value. What is the first cell value? It's D5. Okay, D5 dot value. Okay, the minimum value I have assigned it. And then the maximum is equal to, okay, the range of D5 dot value. Okay, that value that is also has been taken. But here, for suppose there is a min max, maybe it might be the built-in function name is min max, so that I'm giving that something else name here, mn for the minimum, mx for the maximum. Okay, that's how I have assigned first value we have taken into the account as minimum as well as the maximum. So for the first time we have taken the first element, so we don't want to continue with the first again from the beginning. So I'm giving it here 6. So 6 to 14, because already we have taken the D5 value, so we don't want to check that. So already we have that value, right? So now what we are taking that value every time. So I'm going to check it here. If the minimum, okay, that is the mn, right? The mn is the less than v. So what is v here? The value which is inside that from 6 to 14. Then I'm going to have it in the same line. We can have it without end if we can write it here. If the v is the minimum value, okay, the minimum value should be greater than the next value, which means what we have taken the first value, the first value must be greater than the next value. Or if the next value is less than the first value, then we're supposed to take it here. Yeah, the minimum is equal to v, like this. The same way, if the same way maximum also. If the maximum is the opposite way, okay, then we have to use that the max is equal to v. That's it. So we have found that minimum and maximum values. So once the for loop closed, okay, once the for loop is closed, okay, the for loop will be end with the next. So now let us have that message box is the minimum, or we don't want to put the minimum in put to the message box. So instead of putting the message box over there, I'm gonna have it that the range directly we could assign the value. The range of, I know that the exact location is the D14 is aimed at, then D15 and D16 supposed to be that length which I remember that. I remember the cell value. So value is equal to, I'm giving that the minimum first. Okay, the minimum means mn. Okay, the next value I'm gonna have it D17. Okay, this D17 is the maximum. So let us check this first. First of all, this column whether it's been taken or not. Let us check this. I stop this and I save it, and I'm going to be okay. Let us save it later. I execute this code now. Okay, I think it's done. I think it's done. Let us see this. See here, the minimum and maximum has been calculated. Or you can delete this, click outside and click the button. See the minimum and maximum value has been taken. Even after that, you can change it. For example, I'm giving the 12,500. 500. Once again, if you run this, the minimum has been changing here. So the same way, how we wrote the code for this column, D column, we have to write the same code for the E column. So this is how we're going to have it. Then we will write that. So if I'm going to edit that button, press control key by in the keyboard, and then you can select the text over here. Double click on that, and then select the button. And I'm going to type find min and max. I'm giving it this way. Find min max or min and max. This is the label for the button I have given it. You just click outside. So the name is changed. So how we have calculated the same way we have to calculate it this way. Okay. So how do we do this again? So you can go to the Visual Basic directly from here. It goes here. Then the same thing, but the only thing is the range has to be um, the range has to be changed. Okay, so for that, what we have to do it. Okay, for example, we let us have the minimum one and maximum one. Okay, the minimum one and minimum one. Okay, this is the minimum one. Since we have to create two minimum and two maximum, because two column we're going to have that. So the first thing we have taken it the as the minimum one. So at the same time, the value also I'm going to have v1 v1 like that. So all the v is being considered v1 because I'm going to have it in the same for loop for the next also. Okay, this is minimum one. Sorry, maximum one. Everything's maximum one. So the same thing I'm going to copy the same thing I copied it. That's for the first column. The next column I'll be supposed to use that the next column name D E, right? The next column name is E. I use this. Okay, but we don't want to use the sorry, we don't want to write the separate for loop. Instead, we can use the same for loop to get that next value also. So that I'm using that the value 2 is equal to the same, range is going to be same. So I copied it, or for typing, you can copy it and paste it, and you change the variable v2. And also we have to change that the next column name is DE. Okay, so here we have calculated that for the first one, right? The same way, I just copied it. The same thing I copied it, and I'm pasting here. I just changing the value over here, the minimum two and the maximum two. The same way here, the minimum two and then the maximum two, then the value two. It should be compared with value two, and then the value two should be changed into that. Okay, so this is the way we can do it faster as per the logic. At the same time, here the range value which we have done it here. So the same way we have to use only the we have to change that the column name alone as well as the variable name, the minimum two and then the maximum two. That's it. So let us save this. I saved this code. I saved it. I have saved the file now. Yes, of course we have to save the file. So I'm going to save this file in the desktop. Later I will change that. So this is the exercise number 9. Okay, exercise number 9. Uh, we're supposed to select that macro enabled workbook. Click save. That will be saved it. That's it. So once you have saved, if there is any error, it will come back here. So we can close this, and I just remove this. Okay, I will remove this. I click the find and max. Immediately, the minimum and maximum values being calculated. And also, you can add the one more line into that. Once it's been calculated successfully, always you can put some message box. The minimum and max values is being calculated. Okay, and max calculated. Like this, you can give. If you want to give some information, also you can give the information. That's it. So now we will save this, close this, and click outside and run it again. See, the min and max is calculated. If we have doubt, we clear that what we have calculated, and you change some values if you want. I'm giving the 56,000. This is the maximum now. So this is the minimum amount is the 750. So let us check this. We look at here, the min and max is calculated. So like this, we can have this is the maximum amount of EMI, and this is that the minimum amount of EMI, and this is the maximum minimum amount, and this is that the maximum amount.